Again, as I mentioned, we would typically be doing this event in May as we are closing out the 2019-2020 season and starting into the 2020-2021 year. So want to recognize last year's board, and Kazi Hassan, the past president, is on the phone, and we'll get to him a little bit later, and he'll be able to thank the board as well. So at this time, we do want to go into the award ceremony and go through that slideshow. We have, I think 7 awardees. As we go through, we'll be introducing them, and then eventually we'll be sharing them. We'll call them up, so to speak, to show off their awards. We have mailed those out to everybody ahead of time so that they can show it off for everyone that is attending. So bear with us as we get that award ceremony up. Okay, thank you, Bob. And then Carol, if you could start us off with the opening.
Okay, thank you. The year 2020 has brought new and different challenges and difficulties that have affected our lives in many ways. However, the needs for our physical built environment and infrastructure continue to remain as critical as they always have been. We, the over 2,000 members of the Philadelphia section of the American Society of Civil Engineers, continue to provide the diligent and notable service needed to respond to the needs of those in our region and improve the quality of life for our communities. Tonight, we get together virtually to start our new season and note our continued success and accomplishments. As we had planned to do last spring, we take this opportunity to recognize the contributions of 8 individuals who have particularly gone above and beyond in the performance of their duties. They have been nominated for section awards, and we are proud to cite their contributions accordingly.
We are pleased to honor 2 nominees for our Community Outreach and Service Award for 2020. Danielle Schroeder serves as an associate bridge engineer with Pennoni at its office in Mechanicsburg, having recently relocated there from Philadelphia. She has been with the firm full-time for the past 3 years and served as a co-op there for 2 years prior to her graduation. Dani received her bachelor's and master's degree in civil engineering from Drexel University in 2017 as part of its accelerated program. She is an active member of the Women's Transportation Seminar, as well as our section's Younger Member Forum. This past summer, she was elected to the Drexel Alumni Board of Governors, being the youngest person to serve on the board. She and her fiance, Doug, live in Mechanicsburg. Lindsay Chateauvert is the engineer of structures with Amtrak at its offices in University City. She has been with Amtrak for the past 3 years. In this capacity, she assists in the management of the railroad's bridge maintenance and inspection programs and directs the annual inspection of over 4,000 structures. Lindsay received her bachelor's degree in civil engineering from the University of Connecticut in 2013. She is an active member of our section's Younger Member Forum, and she currently lives in Old City. Dani and Lindsay have served as co-chairs of the K-12 Outreach Committee of our Younger Member Forum. Under their direction, numerous visits to local elementary and secondary schools in our region have been scheduled to talk with students about civil engineering profession and review what engineers do. They provide hands-on activities and assignments to advise the students what engineering entails, to introduce them to our field, and to show them what they may need to know if they are considering engineering as a career choice. For their tireless efforts, we are pleased to cite Danielle Schroeder and Lindsay Chateauvert as the recipients of our Community Outreach and Service Awards.
The nominee for our 2020 Structural Engineer of the Year honor is Gregory Dunn. Greg is a senior bridge engineer with Michael Baker International and its office in Fort Washington, a position he has held for the past 4 years. In this capacity, he serves as structures task leader for Baker and handles project management, bridge design, analysis and rehabilitation efforts, bridge information modeling, structural inspections, proposal development, QA/QC reviews, and construction support services. He has been involved in several significant projects, including local efforts on the Vine Street Expressway overhead structures replacement, the US 1 viaduct at Wayne Junction, the Valley Road Bridge replacement adjacent to SEPTA's Paoli Regional Rail Station, and the rehabilitation of the Lumberville Raven Rock Bridge across the Delaware River. Greg received his bachelor's degree in civil engineering from Drexel University in 2009 and returned to Drexel for his master's degree in 2016. He has been an active member of our section and serves as a member of our board of directors as well as our website coordinator. He was recognized by Drexel University as one of its top 40 under 40 in 2018. Greg, his wife Lauren, and their son and daughter live in Glenmore, Chester County. We are proud to cite Greg Dunn as our section Structural Engineer of the Year.
The nominee for our Geotechnical Engineer of the Year award for 2020 is Sarah McInnes. Sarah is the District Geotechnical Engineer for the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, District 6 office in King of Prussia. She has been in the district's geotechnical unit in several capacities since 1997 and has directed this group for the past 12 years. She is involved in all phases of transportation project development, including geotechnical scope, proposal review, report review and preparation, preliminary engineering, subsurface investigations, foundation design, and construction and maintenance consultation. She has managed the district's geotechnical program to provide timely project delivery and safe, economical, and constructible products, and has taken a great effort to implement a design program to minimize construction and future maintenance costs. This has been achievable through her leadership and ability to utilize the latest available technologies to further the department's mission. On the current I-95 reconstruction projects in particular, her insight into constructability has reduced the need for extra work and has resulted in considerable cost savings. Sarah received a bachelor's degree in civil engineering from Syracuse University in 1992, followed by her master's degree from Villanova University in 2013. She is active in our section's Geo Institute and has served on the board of directors of the Delaware Valley section of the American Society of Highway Engineers for several years. She has authored and published several papers and presentations on geotechnical topics as well. Sarah, her husband Doug, and their son and daughter live in Harleysville. We and I am very proud to cite Sarah McInnes as our Geotechnical Engineer of the Year. Congratulations, Sarah.
Robert L. Lund has been nominated to receive our 2020 Transportation Engineer of the Year award. Bob was appointed as the Deputy General Manager for Engineering at the Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority earlier this year, culminating a 19-year career at SEPTA. In this position, he is part of the authority's leadership team and directs and manages all operations, infrastructure, vehicles, real estate, and capital programs. He oversees a staff of nearly 8,500 employees and directs a combined capital and operating budget of $1.35 billion. He ensures the authority's commitment to safety, reliability, and customer experience through leadership and best practices that demonstrate safety as a fundamental value and priority in all aspects of work. He worked at other firms for 23 years before joining SEPTA. Bob has held several engineering positions at the authority throughout his career and has overseen critical projects such as the Market Street elevated reconstruction and the complex replacement of the Crum Creek Viaduct on the Media Elwyn Regional Rail Line. Bob received his bachelor's and master's degrees in civil engineering from Villanova University. He is a member of the American Railway Engineering and Maintenance of Way Association and the American Public Transportation Association, in addition to ASCE. He has been instrumental in the placement of our section mural in a new location, which will be coming to fruition shortly. Bob lives in Berwyn. Our section is pleased to cite Bob Lund as our Transportation Engineer of the Year for 2020.
Did I forget to unmute someone that's supposed to be reading Lou's award?
That's what I was just trying to figure out. I think it should be Bob Wright was reading.
Perhaps he cannot read it because he's got his screen maximized.
His mic stopped working, he said. Okay. We'll roll with the punches on this one. Okay, so we are proud to recognize Louis Belmonte as our candidate for 2020 Government Service Award. Lou serves as the Assistant District Executive for Operations with the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation at its District 6 office in King of Prussia. In this capacity, he is responsible for the executive level management of activities in the district's traffic operations, transportation services, and traffic engineering and safety divisions. These groups handle a variety of functions, including traffic control, freeway system management, and the Regional Traffic Management Center, work zone safety, municipal partnership programs, traffic signal design and approvals, permit management, and related items. Lou has been with the department for the past 32 years and rose through the ranks from entry-level engineer upon his college graduation through several positions at the district in construction, maintenance, and traffic to his current role. Under his direction, the district has taken the lead in several innovative measures, including establishment of flex lanes and a regional fiber optic communications network to monitor traffic signal systems, and the establishment of the state-of-the-art Southeastern Regional Traffic Management Center, scheduled to open in 2022. Lou was a graduate of Villanova University, where he earned his bachelor's degree in civil engineering in 1988. He and his wife, Kathleen, and their 4 children live in King of Prussia. We are pleased to recognize Lou Belmonte as our Government Service Award for 2020.
The recipient of our 2020 Young Civil Engineer of the Year honor is Dennis Wilson. Dennis serves as an associate project manager with McCormick Taylor at its office in Philadelphia. He has been part of the firm's highway department for the past 8 years and has been part of the McCormick Taylor team since his college graduation. His responsibilities entail a wide range of transportation projects, including intersection and interchange improvement and highway facility rehabilitation efforts, primarily for PennDOT's District 6 and 5 and the Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission. He currently leads activities for local projects on I-95, State Route 309, and 88 upgrades for PATCO's Linden Walt Station, as well as providing key assistance for HOP submission reviews for PennDOT District 6. In addition, he provided key assistance for opening the firm's newest office in Fort Myers, Florida. Dennis received his bachelor's degree in civil and environmental engineering from the University of Pittsburgh in 2012. He has been very active in our section's Younger Member Forum and was instrumental in planning the multi-region leadership conference conducted in Philadelphia earlier this year. He is also active with the Engineers Club of Philadelphia and the Delaware Valley Engineers League Committee. Dennis resides in Folsom, Delaware County. We are proud to recognize Dennis Wilson as our Young Civil Engineer of the Year.
Darin Gatti has been nominated as the recipient of our section's highest honor, the 2020 Philadelphia Civil Engineer of the Year Award. Darin is the Chief Engineer and Surveyor for the City of Philadelphia Department of Streets and is the President of the department's Board of Surveyors. He has held this position for the past 12 years, culminating his 38-year career with the department. Much of this has been with the department's bridge section, where he worked his way from entry-level engineer to the lead engineer in the design group. As chief engineer, Darin directs the department's transportation, highway, and bridge design and construction efforts, as well as its field survey and property line regulation activities. This includes a capital program of transportation facility improvement projects in various stages of development with a total value of over $200 million. During his tenure, the department has received several awards for excellence and innovative implementation techniques. Darin earned his bachelor's degree in civil engineering from Drexel University in 1982. Throughout his career, he has been a strong and tireless proponent of our profession and an extremely active member of our section, serving in a number of capacities over the years, including a term as a section president in 1997-98. He has been a practitioner advisor for the Drexel University ASCE student chapter and has assisted efforts for students in the regional steel beam and concrete canoe competitions. In 2014, he was cited by Drexel University Alumni Association with a special distinction award to recognize his professional and community involvement. Darin and his wife, Carolyn, live in Fox Chase. Our section is pleased and honored to cite Darin Gatti as our 2020 Philadelphia Civil Engineer of the Year. Darin, the floor is all yours. Maybe we need to stop doing the screen.
Darin, yeah, I was gonna say you might still be on mute, just so you know.
Yeah, try to teach an old dog new tricks. All right. It's truly an honor to be associated with such an impressive group of awardees. Congratulations to each of you on your outstanding work. Over the years, I've had the privilege to work with Sarah, Bob, and Lou on many projects and enjoyed the satisfaction of jointly solving problems with them. However, I have to admit that the cooperation on both sides was reinforced by a mutual desire to keep the lawyers and politicians out of the mix. But we got it done anyway. I truly feel that I'm one of the luckiest engineers in our profession. Starting with a father that recognized and encouraged my engineering talents, professors and mentors that taught me valuable lessons and guided my career, all the great consultants that have been part of our design projects, and finally to an outstanding staff of engineers and technicians that make me look good every single day. Would you believe that I've had only one job in my 38-year career? How lucky is that, to be able to find the job that I was best suited for right out of the gate? When Joe Ciernik and Bob Wright encouraged me to become involved in ASCE, I had no idea what a benefit it would be to my career. After a number of years on the section board, I found another niche for myself and spent the last 20 years working on the concrete canoe and steel bridge competitions. Aside from the enjoyment I get for working with the students, I also had access to some of the top graduating candidates over the years. And I have hired half a dozen top-notch engineers by working with the student chapters. It's been a wonderful experience and recruiting tool for us. Our profession has gone through many changes over the years, adapting to society's needs. That is what we do as civil engineers, recognize today's needs and design for tomorrow's. Until recently, changes have been gradual, and we recognize trends and accommodate them in our designs. What seems like overnight, our world is turned upside down. This is a critical time for us civil engineers, and society needs us to be at the top of our game. We have to develop new models for just about everything. Think about it. Since COVID shut down, residential trash tonnage has increased by 30%. Water and electricity usage patterns have completely changed. Traffic patterns are also completely changed. At this point, we can't even determine what rush hour is. Although it seems like an extremely daunting task, we are problem solvers, and this is where we shine. Our task is to reset the baseline for our infrastructure and redefine the new normal, whatever it may be. In closing, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the ASCE board members and volunteers for their tireless efforts in managing the section that we all benefit from. It's a lot of work to manage an organization like ASCE, and their efforts to maintain this venue for all of us to collaborate and share ideas so that each of us has the opportunity to reach our fullest potential. Thank you.
Thank you, Darin. That was great. There's one additional award that you don't see on the list today, and that's the President's Award. Typically, the President's Award is announced during the award ceremony, and the recipients are unaware that they were being considered. Since it's not a typical year, I made a personal phone call and congratulated the two individuals. The 2019-2020 President's Award goes to Kevin Brown and Joe Natel. Joe and Kevin were selected based on their dedication and commitment to ASCE, specifically leading the efforts for 2020 Eastern Regional Younger Member Conference, also known as ARMAC. The 2020 ARMAC hosted over 500 attendees, including professionals and students from across the country. Joe and Kevin served as co-chairs and led a group of highly talented volunteers to make the ARMAC weekend a success. Almost 3 years ago, Joe and Kevin presented on why Philadelphia should be selected as the host city. Since that day, they worked tirelessly to make this event happen. But by being part of the planning committee, I got to witness firsthand the amount of effort it takes to make something like this happen. I thank you for your commitment and service. Congratulations, Joe and Kevin. And lastly, I just wanted to take this time to thank 2019-2020 board members and volunteers for an amazing year we had. My year as a section president flew by. Leading this section felt effortless at times, and that is because of the amazing board members who supported me the entire year. I was blessed to have people that are great leaders, passionate, strong communicators, and self-motivators. I could not have done it without you, so thank you. And now help me welcome our 2020-2021 Philadelphia Section President, Jen Regal.
Thanks, Kazi and Joe. Just want to close up our awards portion and congratulate all of the awardees one last time. We appreciate everything that you guys have done over the year as well. And remind everyone, I think Darin mentioned this already, but ASCE, we are committed to continuing our work for the good of the community and all of the fellow residents in the Delaware Valley. So at this time, I'd like to take the opportunity to call each of the award winners back up so that you can show off that wonderful award that we gave you and say thanks if you would like to, but at least say thank you so that way you pop back up on the screen and that we can see you up at the top. So let's go back and start with our Community Outreach and Service Award. Danny Schroeder.
Hopefully you can see this.
Try holding it up like closer to your chest. Like, yep, perfect.
Awesome. I want to take a quick thank you to a few people. First, thank you to ASCE Philadelphia section for this honor. Thank you also to my K through 12 outreach co-chair, CJ Medora, as well as all our volunteers and past co-chairs throughout the years that helped make the K through 12 outreach program the success that it is. Thank you to my employer, Pennoni, for the flexibility to host these STEM outreach events during typical work hours. And lastly, I would like to thank my parents who are on the call today and my fiance for supporting me every step of the way. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Danny. Sharing that award is also Lindsay Chateauvert.
Hi, everyone. I'd like to also thank ASCE. They were great, and thank you for their continued service, both this section and my YMFers. I'd also like to acknowledge my co-chair, Sean McCreesh, and his continued efforts with the Civil Engineering Club, as this year as they go virtual, which will be very exciting and very innovative for them. And then also I'd like to thank Amtrak for, as Danny said, giving me flexible hours every single Monday to go down to South Philadelphia. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Lindsay. On to our 2020 Structural Engineer of the Year, who is Greg Dunn.
Hey everyone, good evening. Thank you ASCE Section Philadelphia for this wonderful award. It means a lot to me. A lot of hard work has gone into getting to this point, but I still think I have a long way to go, and I look forward to the future challenges that I'm going to encounter to continue to improve our infrastructure. I want to thank all the mentors, either on the call or off the call, that have helped me, throughout my career thus far and helped mold my career to the point that I'm at today. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Greg.
Thank you.
On to our Geotechnical Engineer of the Year for 2020, which is Sarah McInnes.
Here I am, and I was told I had to speak in order for you to see me and my award. I am so appreciative to the ASCE Philadelphia section and to the Delaware Valley Geo Institute for supporting me in this, and all of the geotechnical engineers who came before me, from Terzaghi to Bruce Shelley. I wouldn't be here without you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations again, Sarah.
Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome. Our 2020 Transportation Engineer of the Year, Robert Lund, who I'm not sure if he's going to be able to show up because he is traveling right now. Nope. Okay. Well, congratulations again, Bob. Hopefully we'll get a picture of you with your award sent in then, and we can put you on the website then. Moving on to our 2020 Government Service Award, Lou Belmonte.
Thank you, Jen, for improvising here. I really appreciate the honor from ASCE. Obviously, I'm in great company. Many of you I've worked with, enjoyed it. Those that I haven't, I'd like to. I think I'd like to thank DVRPC for nominating me. And I guess I've had a staff that really made me look really good over the years. So I'd like to thank them too. But again, extremely appreciative of the award. Thank you. Sorry for the interactive background thing here.
Makes it fun, Lou. Congratulations again. And our 2020 Young Civil Engineer of the Year, Dennis Wilson.
Hi, I just wanted to thank specifically the ASCE Philadelphia section. I have a lot of mentors definitely on that board right now. Also the YMF board, the few iterations that I've served with, and everyone that I've worked with. Definitely McCormick Taylor as well. Without them, I wouldn't have the opportunities that I've been given, and I definitely wouldn't be here. Lastly, I just wanted to say congrats to the rest of the award winners. I feel honored to be part of such a special group. And I look forward to working with everyone in this new era of engineering problem solving that we're entering. Thanks again.
Congratulations again, Dennis. And last but not least, again, congratulations to our 2020 Civil Engineering Year, or Civil Engineer of the Year, Darin Gatti.
Of course, I left myself muted again. Thank you, Jen. Here's the award. I've already had my time on the soapbox, but I do want to give one more shout out to my staff at the city. They're just an outstanding group, especially my younger engineers who have been teaching me the technology to get to keep me going in this time. So thank you, everyone.
Congratulations again, Darin, and thank you. Okay, so that concludes our awards program of the evening. We do have a couple more talking points that I'd like to just kind of touch on. I won't keep you too long, I promise. But as the incoming, or now currently, the 2020-2021 section president, I just wanted to take this opportunity to, again, thank Kazi and the previous year's board. Kazi, for your leadership over the past year, and honestly, more than just over the past year, and everything that the board and the volunteers accomplished last year and set us up for this year, which is fantastic because we need all the help that we can get this year with everything going on. I also wanted to take an opportunity to thank everybody who has supported and influenced and inspired me to become an engineer and to become part of this great community that we have, and also further serve the profession through ASCE. I think most of you know who you are, but you know, I can always thank you again in person. I also want to thank my family and my friends for making me who I am today and for pushing me when I need the push, which we all obviously do need. So thank you. And then as Bob has shown on this slide, I want to thank the current board and volunteers that we currently have. You know, we took on our roles as of June 1st. And I think we've been doing a great job since then, rolling with the punches, so to speak, and being as flexible as we can and still being able to offer programming and try to keep some normalcy to our year as we move forward with this pandemic. So thank you guys. I know we've got a lot going on and we're going to have an exciting year. So that brings me to where we are and just kind of wanted to give a quick update for everybody and for our members as well. Like I said, so far we've held 2 virtual events. So we're still learning this platform, but we did have one under Kazi's leadership last year at the end of May was our first one. And then we recently had one that was actually a multi-technical presentation. So we actually did 3 presentations at once utilizing the breakout rooms to kind of see how that went. Obviously, we have this evening's, and then we have another event in October, and then we're hoping to keep our schedule that we typically would have. So basically, we have another meeting in October, November. We'll have a joint meeting with the Engineers Club in December. We'll then move into our joint meeting with ASH in January. We're looking into hosting an event in February, and then we'll have our meeting in March, and then hopefully our multi-technical group meeting in April. As of right now, if you guys have been reading the newsletters that we've been sending out and the email blasts, we are continuing virtual presentations and events basically through the end of 2020, all due to COVID and all due to the safety measures that are in place and the local guidance that there is with the CDC and the City of Philadelphia. We will evaluate that obviously as we get closer to January and we start getting into the new year and just seeing where things are and where we can go with trying to go back to being in a normal setting and actually interacting with people in person. Hopefully that'll happen sooner rather than later, but again, we're going to make sure it's a safe environment. So we will keep monitoring that and keeping you guys posted. So, but regardless, we'll still be hosting the events virtually if we can't do them in person. So we do want to provide that for you guys. Another big initiative that we've undertaken and want to thank the board for this so far is that all of these virtual events that we are doing, we are recording, as you noticed, and we are going to be putting together a virtual webinar library that will allow people to actually watch the webinars later if they can't make the live event and still obtain their PDHs, which I know is important to all of us since we all have to keep up our licenses. So that'll be rolling out in the next couple of months. So please keep a look on that. Another thing that we've already accomplished this year as well is we have a mural that we have been trying to work on for years to actually put back into the city of Philadelphia. We used to have one off of I-676. But we definitely have the mural completed. We're working with SEPTA and want to thank them for everything that they've done for getting it to this point, and we're going to be installing it at the Jefferson station on the SEPTA line. So be on the lookout for that this year. Hopefully we'll be able to do some sort of installation ceremony in person, but if we can't, again, we'll videotape it and put it up for a virtual event for that as well, and then at a later date have an in-person event. So we are thinking through the year and trying to do everything we can to make sure that we're still providing some benefits to our members. So with that also being said, I'd like to offer up anybody that has any ideas, any suggestions on other events that we can host safely, please let us know. The other thing I wanted to touch on, and there was a slide, Bob, if you don't mind going back one slide there. Oop. There we go, perfect. Is that if you aren't aware, and I know it's a big topic, is, you know, diversity, inclusion, and equity. Part of ASCE, and I guess ASCE as a whole, is putting that as an important issue, and they're obviously putting it in the forefront. But in case you guys aren't aware, we already have started, and years ago started, that inclusive culture here at ASCE. You know, on top of having the section, which we have all of these tech groups and institutes and subsidiary groups that actually focus on different parts of civil engineering or on the community. So we have our, you know, environmental and water resource tech group. We have our construction tech group. We have our transportation and development tech group, all focusing on those individual areas. We obviously have the institutes, which were mentioned, I think, a little bit earlier tonight with the Geotechnical Institute that we have. We've got the Structural Engineering Institute, and then as well the Younger Member Forum, which a couple of our award winners are part of, that serve the 35 and younger group. So yeah, so ASCE in its whole is, you know, inclusive, and we're going to continue to develop that inclusive culture. The actual organization of ASCE, the broader national organization or global organization, I guess I should say, is also taking measures to actually create a guidebook, basically, which is going to be pretty interesting and good resources for the topic. So be on the lookout for that as well. And the last piece that I kind of want to touch on before we wrap up for the night is, with everything going on, you know, we've faced all these different challenges, and we're going to have more challenges ahead of us. I think we're all aware of that. Is that, you know, we're going to have to, unfortunately, you know, as much as we don't want to talk about politics, we're going to have to look at the politics and the policies that are guiding this profession, and we need to be the ones that actually guide the policies. We need to take it upon ourselves. We're in it. We know what's going on. We know what this profession needs. We know the kind of funding that we need, and we need to be the voices for the profession and reach out to our policymakers, so our legislators, and let them know that we need the funding and we need certain things, you know, for the industry, whether it's STEM education or whether it's actually money to fix a road or a bridge. So there is a couple of different programs that ASCE already has in place to make life a lot easier for us to be able to do that. So be sure to check out our website and kind of look at it for there. But, you know, if you have any opportunity, reach out to your legislator and remind them everything that civil engineers do. You know, we're all well aware of what we do and that we touch every aspect of everyone's life and making everyone's life a better quality of life. And we want to continue to do that. So just make sure that we let the policymakers know that as well. So I really appreciate all of your time. I appreciate all of you guys' support, everyone's interest, obviously, in ASCE and in the profession. And I really look forward to a great and exciting and, yes, challenging year ahead of us. But we've got a great board. We've got a great set of volunteers that are going to rise to all these challenges, and we're going to be able to provide you guys with as much programming and events as we possibly and safely can. So Thank you guys for all of your time, and thanks again to all the award winners. I think they're all aware of this, but I'll let everyone else know too. Everyone is going to be invited. All the award winners of 2020 will be invited to the 2021 Spring Social, so that way we can actually all celebrate in person. Again, assuming that it's safe at that time, and if not, we'll get you guys to an in-person event when it is finally safe to do so.